should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
It's interesting more than anything else.
Yes, it is.
You know who else is interesting? Our next guest.
Yes, she is.
Ronda Rousey, former UFC bantamweight champion, and of course now in WrestleMania, takes part WrestleMania 34. Will take part Sunday, April 8th at 7 o'clock to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and will stream live around the world on the WWE Network. Ronda, congratulations on the new venture. Welcome in. Tell us what we should be expecting from Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 34.
I think there's nothing that can really be expected, to be honest. Every day has been unexpected. Every day so far, I literally walk in and have no idea what's about to happen. So I don't know what to expect, so I can't tell what you guys what to expect.
So, Ronda, let's go back and start with when you knew from the MMA, when you were done there, when you knew in your mind, I'm not going to fight anymore.
I never said that.
Ah, so there is a possibility that you could go back in time?
There's a possibility that I could go back in time? That's your question to me?
Go back in time and fight. Go back in the octagon.
I do not have the ability to go back in time, no.
No. Would you fight again?
I don't know.
How was the training for this as compared to the training for your mixed martial arts? Compared to how you're going to do in the ring?
It's a lot different. It's much more grueling, and in that I
fighting a bunch of stand-up dummies.
Think about peaking my body.
I mean, literally a dummy, not another fighter.
My performance matters more than anything else, and so I can.
Bantamweight, 12-2 bantamweight. Oh, how impressive!
Yeah,
the legacy of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Something like that, you know. Like I look at like a scene from like Old Boy that they had to, you know, the hammer fight scene where it's like all like one camera the whole time, and it goes on for like, I don't know, like 6 minutes, like forever. And that was a scene that they had to rehearse for like 6 weeks or something like that, and they had to do it like 3 different times before they got it right. And that's the kind of thing that these athletes do in WWE every night without even having 6 weeks to rehearse. They just have a brief conversation about it and then go out there and do it. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, and I think that if it wasn't for me spending time in movies, I would never really be able to grasp how really impressive what these people go out and do every night is.
Talk about the reception you've gotten in the WWE from the wrestlers themselves and from others in jumping into this new
promotion. Sure. Can we talk about that on a family-rated, G-rated network?
It's been pretty welcoming. I mean,
sure.
my first couple nights out there,
little Freudian slip of a laugh.
People, but in general, backstage, people are going out of their way to make me feel comfortable, and I really feel like yesterday was the first time I was able to like kind of feel like it was a routine for the first time ever. So
going back to like a first fight in the octagon, the first time in a ring, do you feel like there's a proving point that you have to prove yourself to this new group of people you're now involved with?
I definitely have a lot to prove. I mean, this business is so important to so many people, and they have every reason to be suspicious of me just coming in for a cash grab or some attention or whatever, which is not the case,
pretty sure we're all sure about,
you know.
Otherwise, it's such an intrinsically motivated endeavor.
You're hard work every day for them to be able to entrust me with something they care so much about.
Ronda Rousey with us, former UFC bantamweight. I
had a little bit of a run-in with my new bosses with Stephanie and McMahon and Triple H, and then another night Dana Brooke decided to try and welcome me to the WWE, not in the nicest way, and then last night Absolution was not so welcoming to me as well. So my list of allies grows thin, and I'm not really making very many friends.
This interview, and maybe you'll see what.
So what else do you need?
Oh yeah, there you go. Kurt Angle's a good one to have on your side.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Ronda, what others that have made some switches? We see Conor McGregor going to the boxing ring. Floyd Mayweather is now talking about learning some MMA, and you going from MMA into the WWE. to me, when I look at that, I say, boy, what Floyd Mayweather is trying to do to be a boxer to go into the octagon, that to me, of the three we're talking about, may seem like one of the toughest moves. Would you agree with that or no?
Yeah, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. It's all talk.
Yeah, just so people know, I mean, look, I mean, Floyd was a great defensive boxer. I mean, that's what he is. He's the best defensive boxer of all time. There's no defense in the octagon. It's all about offense. If you try and play defense for 3 3-minute rounds, you got no chance, right?
I mean, different strokes for different folks, but yeah, I don't think he'd do well in MMA at all.
You want to be in movies as well, still to continue the acting?
Yeah, actually, I mean, the acting does nothing but help me with the WWE, and I just finished filming Mile 22 with Pete Berg and Mark Wahlberg out in, we filmed in Columbia and Atlanta, and it was really cool, because, I mean, I love doing it, because it's like, I mean, it's not work. You just play around all day and get to call it a job. And so we got to learn like a lot of really cool like tactical gun training stuff. And they had like Navy SEALs and Army Rangers working with us. And we had like abandoned hotels to like go run around and like, you know, practice with blanks and stuff like that. And so it's just a really cool experience. And I just happened to finally be in a point in my life where I don't have to do things because I gotta pay the bills. I just get to do things because I enjoy them.
Listen, we've been faking it and telling people it's been work for a long time here, so we understand that philosophy.
Yes.
And we embrace it wholeheartedly. So as you get set for a very successful
Turn your
career.
mic on. You are a professional.
That's 3 times today. That is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a move. I saw some of the warm up to this.
By the way, I wish I could go back in time and turn my mic on.
Oh yeah, how about it? I mean, I guess I asked it poorly.
Well,
I think
I
know
didn't
what
think
I
we were
meant.
really talking about time travel.
Yeah, I didn't think we were either. But you know, what are you going to do?
She was a feisty little nugget there, huh?
Sheesh.
Good thing I wasn't in the same room. Maybe got a roundhouse.
You would have got a roundhouse from Rousey.
Yeah, that's exactly
Slap
right.
some sense into you, GOLIC. Of course no one
See
can
what
go back in
happens.
time.
Like she said, you know, she's done acting in movies, and it's kind of like this, what they're doing. But the training for it is, and I've seen that up close and personal, is very, very difficult for it. Yeah, it's certainly a little different in the octagon where you can get destroyed the way people can, and she got knocked out a couple of times. But I definitely wanted to bring up the crossover of McGregor going into the boxing ring, and then the talk, because I completely agree with her. Floyd Mayweather talking about it, there is no shot, no chance in my eyes that he would ever step in an octagon.
Well, what do we always say? What's the win for him? There is no win for him there.
No win
Look,
for him.
I was all in on the fact that Conor McGregor had no chance to beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match, because you can't convince me that a guy who's never lost to a professional fighter, a professional boxer, is going to lose to someone who's not a professional boxer. He's not. That's just not going to happen. That didn't happen. There is no chance. I'm with you and I'm with Rhonda. There's no chance that Floyd would survive the octagon with Conor McGregor or anybody else.
Good luck. She has the acting experience. It comes down to, you know, the personality, obviously, as well. And WrestleMania 34. I remember watching WrestleMania 1 back in 1985, man. We're at WrestleMania 34 again, April 8th, 7 o'clock at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So we'll see. It's the start of a new career for her.
And the other thing we found out today, that Ronda Rousey does not have a flux capacitor.
No, she does not.
She does not believe in time travel. Would you like to go back in time and rephrase that question?
You know.
I mean, I think she took it a little literally.
I think so as well.
Yeah, you were just saying, would you go back to that time?
Yeah, I think we all understood where I was going.
Well,
Devin's got a theory.
Devin,
you have a theory?
Oh, Bubble Boy's got a theory on this?
You have a theory.
I think she was in her WWE shtick.
Ah, I got it.
Maybe that's her finishing move. She goes back in time and pulls out something. I'm not sure.
Like it.
There you go.
Get Dr. Emmett Brown and Marty McFly.
Wouldn't be the worst thing.
Listen.
Everybody needs a move.
It would make as much sense as anything else that just happened. I want to be 100% clear about that. Oh, that was... I was glad I was able to comfortably enjoy that on the side instead of being the main dish. I'm not going to lie to you.
It didn't matter to me.
I can tell.
It matter to me.
What do you think? I can't go back in time.
Okay.
We thought that had already been established. Oh, well. Quick, cue up Huey Lewis in the news, Cliff. Coming up, our next guest may have a date with destiny. Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks are back in San Antonio, but not back in time.
No.
For the Final Four, 10 years after cutting down the nets, and Bill Self will join us next. But